It might be really noisy where I'm at, but they're burning down this massive owl right now. It is Friday, it's the last full day we're gonna be here. It's about roughly noon. I'm gonna go for a bike ride and just kind of explore a little bit more before we have to leave tomorrow. And it's really hot out, but I'm just gonna go with it. As long as I have water, I'm good. I think this long line that you see over here is just for, I don't know what it is for. Right behind me there's these domes, and they're basically, they have art inside of them. There's like a famous artist that is here. I don't know if he's here or if it's just his art, but it's really amazing stuff. I'm just gonna go out, drive out kind of in the middle of nowhere and see some things I haven't really looked at yet that really caught my attention. It looks like some dust might come in a little later, but the wind is blowing this direction and not the opposite. Normally when the dust storms came, they blew this way. This episode is dedicated to my mom. I'm hunting for the sand tornadoes. One over here. It's like massive. It's moving too fast. I think I found missing cows. They're out here in the middle of the desert, just frozen. They're not even moving. I don't know if they're dehydrated or they just haven't had food in a long time. But let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. They look like they're doing okay. Oh yeah, they're doing just fine. Just updating y'all, Bob. It's like its own little village out here. I realized how far it was. Way down there. It's all old stuff and then just a plasma screen TV. Yeah, I didn't realize how far it went out here. It goes really far. This fence says is paid for by Mexico, which is cool. And it goes way down there. Imagine just jumping across this and just booking it. I think there's like trucks that come by here and they make sure nobody is like trespassing or anything like that. This next spot reminds me of the Stonehenge. I don't remember where it's located at in the world, but this is like a different level of Stonehenge, and they're swinging and people can go on top of them. Stones. Oh, look at this. Dad, if you're ever watching this, got a Volkswagen bus out here, but 10 times bigger. Look at that thing. It looks pretty small on the GoPro, but it's huge. I'm gonna get up closer to it. The back goes like the size of a bus. Look at the size of that thing. So cool. Oh, this is so dry right now, but I'm trying not to like lick them because it makes it worse, in my opinion. So even just start heading back towards the main area. It's not really anything else out here. Surprised I haven't drank any water to this point. I brought my water pack, but it's hot out, but I'm not really exhausted or anything right now, surprisingly.
I bet you if you got people on all these.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you put one on each side. I wonder if you got like all the people on here pulling.
Takes a lot of man strength. Thirsty, So is it like when it's dark, the strobes like make it look like it's a moving skeleton? I think that's what it does.
Oh really? Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, because like each skeleton is slowly moved.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that would be...
So I'm coming up to the tree that lights up at night. This is what it looks like during the day. It looks just dusty, and people are hanging around at it. This place that I'm coming up to is like a massive temple. It's probably one of the top 3 biggest structures here, and I brought my camera in the other day, my DSLR filming and stuff, and I just wanted to know, kind of just capture everything here. But I did feel wrong in a way where that's not really a place to do that. It's a place where people put their thoughts and prayers to those loved ones who passed away, and it's definitely emotional going through there. You see a lot of people crying and all that stuff, and I went. It was quite nice also at the same time to go through there and just see all these amazing people that passed away, and yeah. I went in there and I wrote my dog's name Blue in there, and you know, I told him I love him. And I don't know what night it is, but they burn this down. It's mainly all wood, so when they burn it down, it kind of lets it, you know, fly away. You know, sends those thoughts and prayers up there. Although now I do have some other people in mind that I'm thinking about, that I want to go write their names on the wood in there. Yeah, there's a lot of people right there right now, and I couldn't imagine how emotional it is in there. That was pretty hard going through there. Now I'm at the Burning Man. I don't think I've showed you guys this during the day when it was clear out. I think last time I was here it was dusty. And I believe they burned this down on the last night. These pathways right here are like the best ways to find your way to the Burning Man and around the area when it's a little dusty out. Because if you're in this area, it's going to be hard to look for an indicator of where you're at. Trying to look for the owl that burned down last night. See the remaining ashes. I think I found it. Remember last night when it was on fire and big flames, a lot of people, it looks like there's nothing there. I think it's because they picked a lot of it up. It looks like just a black spot in the sand. I just asked one of the, I believe he's a ranger, but I wanted to try and fly my drone. You do need like a special certificate in order to fly here, and there's like rules where you're only allowed to fly during the day and stuff. But I want to try and break that. Not in the day though, I want to get it at night. I want to go way out in the middle of nowhere, fly, and get a picture of the entire camp and the entire place lit up at night. They even got a skate park here, which is really cool for the skateboarders. That is very huge. The massive wheels on that thing. That's so cool. It's like a massive jungle gym, but at nighttime they basically have a whole bunch of people crawling on top of that thing, and inside they have these swings and one set of swings, and they have two people fight against each other. They swing back and forth. I see this bike course that looks like you can ride on. There's like ups and downs, and then there's teeter-totters that you can go on too. And then you can go on the corner. go mountain biking, but that was probably my first time going mountain biking. Right there. And to go up and down those lumps, you just gotta make sure to bring yourself down. Instead of pedaling, you can make it all the way across without pedaling. You just gotta push your weight down as you come down, and then it'll boost you back up. Basically behind me, I just got off, it seems like Main Street, but at Burning Man. I'm trying to look for the 747. It's a massive airplane. Yeah, an actual 747 here. It's like a two-story place, and they play music inside. I'm not sure if they do it during the day because it might be so hot inside. They usually spray the main roads down with water every once in a while to stop the dust from flying everywhere. It's really nice, and it feels a lot cooler too. I found the 747. I was thinking they crash landed a plane and then they made it a party. I think what's funny about this place is the whole walk in there is like you're actually going through an airport where you gotta check in your bags, and I think that's funny. That's very clever. But to get in, it was just kind of a long wait in line. Like pretty much you just give them a hug or just say hi or something nice, like try and build the friendship. But I wasn't really patient for that. It looks really cool, the idea is very cool, but I'm not really gonna go outside of it. I didn't really want to wait that long. Oh wait, it is probably 11 o'clock tonight, and I just danced pretty much the last few hours and played on my Congo drum. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people gave me a lot of good comments about me drumming. Felt good, and that was actually my first time I really got into playing the Congo drum, because I play the full drum set, but I have like the rhythm, the beat and the rhythm to if I'm listening to tracks. So if the song is playing, I can always come up with some sort of beat on the drums. But now, since I'm really kind of got nothing else to do and we leave tomorrow morning, we're gonna get ready and go tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna try and fly my drone tonight. And how I'm gonna do that is, so there's this thing on the app that has like GPS kind of, and indicates where this is at. It's kind of like you look at the map and you can see where the drone is and where you are at. So I'm going to use that instead of looking where the lights are right here and right here. I'm going to cover those up so nobody can see anything in the air. And if anybody comes, any trucks come, I'm going to have my phone on, so it's going to look like a bright screen is shining up in my face. If a truck comes, I'm just going to put that in my backpack really quick and pretend like I'm using my camera and looking at the screen of that. Okay, I managed to find some black tape. As you can see, I blacked out the spots where the lights are at. Now I think I'm good to go. I think it's gonna go perfectly fine. I don't think there's gonna be trucks going by a lot, and if it does, I'll just leave it in the air until he leaves and pretend like I'm shooting pictures with my camera. I literally I pretty much just turned my bike light off and had my backpack here, and I was sitting just out in the middle of nowhere. I see my shadow. See right here, this is the moon. This is the shadow of the moon. It doesn't look this bright because I have the ISO up pretty high on my camera, but it is so cool just to be out here and to see all the lights and hear the thumping of the music. And there's the moon. You guys can probably hardly see me. I don't know how it looks at low light, but I'm basically out in the middle of nowhere, which I kind of wanted to take some night photography, like long exposures, and see how they turn out. I tried to sneak a drone one in, but it didn't work. You actually had to go really, really high in the air in order to capture the entire place, which was almost impossible. Plus, I put tape on all my lights so that way nobody can see it, but I didn't want to fly so far away and I couldn't see my drone at all in case something happened. So plus I think it's a little windy up there, so it kind of moves my drone, and also everything on the ground is moving constantly, so that means that it will look really blurry. Everything is like an motion blur sort of thing, but sitting out here in the middle of nowhere is quite nice. You definitely need to try that, especially since this is my last night, this is really nice to just get away from the sound, even though I can still hear it, but it's a little bit more calm out here, and the moon is making this whole place light up. It's not even that cold. I have no shirt on but a scarf. It's amazing. I'm gonna go back to my tent, look at some photos I took today, and then get to bed, and we pack up tomorrow and head back home. Definitely, Burning Man, you have changed me in the inside and out. Thank you for this awesome first year, and definitely thinking about coming back next year with a whole new experience. Got everything sorted out here, getting out of my tent, and then I'm gonna fold up my tent. Just make sure if you ever stay here, make sure you always pick up just even every little piece left at your camp, even a little piece of plastic, and keep the Burning Man grounds safe and clean, so that way we can always go on and do it next year and the year after that, because I heard that they have like a contract signed, making sure that the whole place is cleaned up afterwards, that there's no trace left behind, and yeah, just make sure you always clean up after yourself, and that way we can always keep throwing this big massive event every year. It's quite awesome. And it feels weird to be leaving my home that I've been in for the last week, and I'm gonna go back home. It's gonna be, yeah, quite life-changing.